Are you searching for personal development, motivation, self-help, success? Art Williams. Well, you've come to the right place. Hang on.
Welcome to the Expect Success Podcast, a presentation of GeorgeBollock.com with your host, George Bollock. This podcast is for all things personal development. Don't expect success, prepare for it. Please welcome your host, George Bollock.
Welcome to Expect Success at GeorgeBollock.com. Now, in addition to listening to our podcast, you could also view the video format on YouTube at GeorgeTube.com. Art Williams is an American insurance executive living in Palm Beach, Florida, and as you may or may not know, Art is the founder of A.L. Williams & Associates, known as Primerica Financial Services since 1991. He also ventured into professional sports, owning the Birmingham Barracudas of the Canadian Football League and the Tampa Bay Lightning of the National Hockey League. Art Williams is a self-made billionaire. The very first podcast I ever recorded back in the day featured Art, and I figured it's about time for a do-over, since these days we put everything on YouTube for the visual effect. Now you might wonder, how could a high school football coach build one of the largest insurance companies in the world starting with only 85 people? Well, listen to Art.
I believe the number one reason people fail in business today is they quit too soon. See, the first 18 months you go in business, everything you touch turns to crap. See, the first 3 to 5 years you go in business, folks, you're going to be riding a dadgum roller coaster. Every time you get it going, you're going to be disappointed. See, to win, you've got to fight the fight for 8 to 10 years. See, folks, it's tough to win in the big leagues. But you know what? That's fantastic. See, if it was easy, if you had to be smart to do it, see, all the pretty people, all the brains would make all the money, have all the responsibility. Thank goodness it's tough. Thank goodness you got to get down there and slop it up. See, the American people have lost their toughness. They've lost their ability to make a commitment. See, folks, in trying to win in business, you're just going to have so many false starts. You think you get it going time after time, and you just get knocked back to ground zero, and it's your ability to compete, to pick yourself up off the mat one more time, to go for it one more time, that's going to determine success or failure.
We were beginning practice one day with my first football team, and I was fixing to line up everybody for calisthenics, and I saw my starting right guard, Johnny Campbell, come walking out to the practice field in his blue jeans and t-shirt. And I hollered over at him. I said, "Campbell, have you quit? What's wrong with you? Why ain't you dressed out?" He said, "Coach, a bee stung me today, and my face is swollen up, and I got one eye that's closed, and I can't get the helmet over my head." And I said, "Campbell, if you want to play on this football team, you get your butt back in the locker room and you put that uniform on and you find a way to squeeze that helmet over your head. And just think about it, Campbell. If you can practice with one eye, just think how good you're going to play Friday night with both eyes."
I don't know why we're going to win. I don't know how we're going to win. All I know is we're going to win. There are going to be many times we're going to want to throw in the towel, and we're going to know, we ain't going to know whether it's worth to continue to fight. The competition ain't going to beat this dude. The competition ain't going to run this guy out of business. Any of you that don't believe it, don't let the door hit you in the butt. But I want you to know, as long as there's a few of you that love this company and the things we stand for, but if there's a few of you that believe in A.L. Williams, love A.L. Williams, want to stay and fight at A.L. Williams, I'll never quit. It's unbelievable the number of men and women that will come to work at A.L. Williams. They say, "Man, this is it for me. I'm so pumped up." And they start working hard. I mean, man, they'd bust it. They'd work hard for a day or two or three, or a week or two or three, or a month or two or three. But right before they had a chance to make it, they were always quitting, just like their whole life, just a rerun of their whole life. Everything they've ever tried, man, they'd do it just long enough to almost have a chance. And then they just quit. They just a series of quitting. Just one opportunity right after another. You see, folks, I believe with everything that's in me, nobody can motivate you. Nobody can motivate you long range. The only real motivation that lasts comes from inside. You got to have the ability to motivate yourself. in order to win.
And I was willing to go out there and do what most people aren't willing to do, to sacrifice, pay a price, take a chance, live with all that uncertainty, prospect, live with the rejection, because I want to be in a position where nobody could put their thumb on me and squeeze me and use me.
Folks, I don't care how good you think it's going right now. I don't care how much momentum you got. I don't care how much money you're making. I don't care how much money your people are making. I don't care how happy you are in your business. Folks, you're always one day away from a disaster. Tomorrow, you're going to get killed. Things are never as good as they seem. But also, things are never as bad as they seem. When that disaster comes, and it's coming, get ready. Folks, don't quit. It's a 10-year game. It's a 20-year game. And things are never as bad as they seem. You got to keep calling the play. Keep calling the play. Keep calling the play.
In spite of all those feelings every day of just giving up, of just quitting, just being down in the dumps, just being negative. In spite of all that, it's going to be your ability somehow to muster up the courage to flush that out, to reach down deep and find something inside of you that will allow you to go for it one more time.
See, life don't give you what you want. Life don't give you what you'd love to have. Everybody would love to be successful, right? Everybody wants success. They want financial independence. Life gives you what you will excel. If you will accept failure, hardships, disappointment, that's exactly what life's going to give you, right? If you want to win, you got to show up and demand for yourself success and fulfillment and happiness.
That's awesome. Now, for more from Art Williams, simply search YouTube. And be sure to check out his website, artwilliamsbest.com. His famous book, The A.L. Williams Story, is available at his website or Amazon.com. And I'll leave a link in the show notes. And remember, as the late great Jim Rohn used to say, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And today you've been hanging out with Art Williams. Keep up the momentum. Subscribe to our newsletter so you never miss another episode. We'll catch you on the next show, and thanks a million for listening. See ya!
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Expect Success Podcast with your host, George Bolling. If you enjoyed today's podcast, please rate, subscribe, and review. And find more great content online at georgebollick.com and on Facebook and Twitter at George Bollick. We'll catch you next time. And remember, don't just expect success, prepare for it.